And if there is any abuse, one could have even gone under that article and filed even a motion, had a debate in discussion in Parliament. Nothing like that has been done. So the point that I wish to underline is, none of those legitimate channels of exposing corruption in this country have been utilized, and we are becoming part and parcel of spreading lies and deceptions. Now, this is a very irresponsible conduct on the part of those who seek to promote the opposition candidate, Mr. Sarath Fonseca. He had done, of course, a good job as an army commander. People have respect for him, but it does not allow him to come down to this low level, or allow his people to come down to this very pathetic situation, which is very ugly, because I believe it arises from the fact that he is a candidate not on because he has difference on major national issues, but because of his personal differences, personal animosity with his former commander-in-chief. He had given many reasons. One of those reasons is what you were just now referring to, the order for purchase of artillery, $300 million from China. Now here is the Sunday Leader, now which carried in its issue of 6 December 2009, very banner bold headline for page 1, I refuse to order more artillery shells to the tune of $300 million. And he says, why I fell out with the Rajapaksas. General Sarath Fonseca explains. Now, of course, there have been from time to time many reasons given why he fell out. This is one of those reasons, right? So, some of those reasons are contradictory. Just for a quick glance, I will just show you another instance where he says, Fonseca tells Indian magazine, he fell out with President within less than 1 week after victory. Why? Because further recruitment was opposed. Now, why I brought this was just to show that there had been contradictions in many fora, many places. He has mentioned different reasons as to why he fell out. Let us assume that he has many reasons, but this is the why I fell out with the Rajapaksas. He says there was an order for $300 million worth of artillery that was made with China, and these goods arrived in Sri Lanka after the war ended. And Mr. Fonseca says, I wanted it stopped, but Defense Secretary Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa, he wanted it into the country. Now, this was on Sunday, the 6th of December. Monday, non-parliamentary day. 7th, Tuesday, first parliament day. The government answered this effectively, logically, with documents, not mere statements. Documents were tabled in Parliament, which shows, I have got copies of those documents. These are from the Hansard. Copies which show that what happened was just the opposite. It was Mr. Sarath Fonseca as commander of the army who had wanted not only this to be released to the country, he wanted it to be done on a priority. Now, if you will see the document that was tabled in Parliament dated 11 June 2009, it says the commander of the Sri Lanka Army recommends continuing accepting the balance contracted security items in reference A agreement. So the commander of the Sri Lanka Army recommends that we continue to take it. Then it is requested to initiate appropriate action in authorizing the subject procurement on priority. Now, we must keep in mind the fact that the allegation was that Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Secretary of Defense, wanted it released, alleging or imputing that it was due to some corrupt motivation, some kickbacks, some benefit. Now, this has demonstrated very clearly beyond any reasonable doubt that it was Mr. Sarath Fonseca as Army Commander who wanted this expedited on a priority basis. Whereas when it came to the defense and it came to the procurement committee of the Ministry of Defense, where you have many members. One is Mr. Lalit Weeratunga, Secretary to the President. We have Mr. Sumit Abeysekera, then Secretary to the Treasury, Secretary Minister of Highways. All of them sat and decided, no, we should stop this, including Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who was also a member. He was not the chairman. He was only a member. And decided, no, we don't want this. The ship had arrived in the Colombo harbour, let the ship be returned back. Now, if person was motivated by corruption, he wouldn't do that. But if somebody wants it released urgently, is it not reasonable for us to ask, was then Army Commander Mr. Sarath Fonseca, the presidential candidate, was also motivated by other reasons like kickbacks and corruption in asking that this be released expeditiously? The government says we have enough adequate proof. Mr. Vimal Veerawangsa says, I am challenging you to a debate. Come. Why not accept? Why not discuss this in public and place your material? Give us the answer to the general public so that the country has clear, credible material evidence for them to discuss this. On the other hand, the government spokesman, Honorable Minister of Media, Mr. Anurayappa, and also Honorable Minister of Education, Mr. Susil Premjayan, have challenged the opposition, placed any material. If you don't want to come for a debate, place any material before the country, we will answer that. So this was one of those cases. China purchased $300 million where the government has answered effectively with appropriate documents to show that it was just the opposite of what General Sarath Fonseca claimed in the Sunday Leader as to why he fell out with the Rajapaksas. I think any respectable citizen of this country who is aspiring for high positions in this country should have come out with a further answer or explanation. Up till now, I have been following this matter very carefully. Not one word uttered about this Chinese order after that, after the government replied. Now that shows the height of irresponsibility. It rises because you are being motivated by personal malice, not because of any big national issue. And it has come down to the ugly level of just hurling irresponsible accusations and then withdrawing it the next day. Third day coming out with another aspect of the matter, and a bundle of contradictions. My question from your viewers is, can you have any reliance of such a person to be the leader of this country? So we feel that he has lost his balance. He was a good commander, we don't dispute that. But he has, after becoming a candidate because of his personal ambitions, appears to have lost his balance.